Yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. So, this upcoming weekend, the 16th, we have in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, headlining Dylian Whyte versus Moses Itauma. It is the moment of truth. We shall find out exactly what kind of stuffing Moses Itauma is made of, my guys, my people. We shall find out. Now, this is a very intriguing fight card as well. Really into this fight card here. We have in the undercard Nick Bull versus Sam Goodman. Nick Bull defending his WBA featherweight strap against the former WBO IBF mandatory tonight in a way in the super bantamweight division. So Goodman is moving up a division to featherweight to fight Bull here, my guys, my people. And this is very intriguing to me because I don't think this fight will turn out exactly smooth skating. Goodman does possess some traits and skills that could trouble Bull in a major way, my guys, my people. So that's intriguing. Not looking too forward to Ray Ford versus Abraham Nova though. Would have rather Ford versus Kakashi. So it's a shame that Kakashi couldn't make that fight there as matched, right? It's a shame. I'm not liking Ford versus Nova, my people. Just to keep things short. Anyway, looking forward to Filip Hrgovic versus David Adeleye. For me, this is another moment of truth. Let's find out exactly what sort of stuffing Adeleye has inside of him, my guys, my people. Is he world level material? This is the moment, my guys, my people. With that said though, this is a Riyadh fight card. Also, Moses Itauma's very first fight headlining. You know, and with such a great undercard as well, a decent undercard, I'm quite shocked that they've put very little amount of promotion to push this. We've not had no press conferences, no interviews where both fighters are present. Nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort until earlier on today we had Ade did the honors in the DAZN face-off for the two fighters. Other than that, that's been it. So it's been rather strange, but still there's a buzz about this fight. Go on social media and whew, you can't stop hearing about it, my guys. You can't stop hearing about it. Well, anyway, let's get right into it. And this is how we're gonna do it. We're starting with the main event, my guys, my people. Dylian Whyte. Well, I will class him still as a world class operator, even though he is 37 years old and declining. He has a record 31 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws, 21 via KO, my guys, my people. Yeah, and not quite in form. Not quite in form as the Dylian Whyte who in 2015 showed us that AJ could be rocked, because he rocked AJ boy before AJ took him out in the 7th, my guys, my people. He is a far cry from the Dylian Whyte that yeah, basically just schooled and just beat up Dave Allen in 2016. The one that went to war with Derek Chisora in the same year of 2016 and dogged out a win, my guys, my people. And in the next year, two years later in 2018, dogged out another win against WBO former champion and current WBO interim champion, mandatory to Usyk, in Joseph Parker, my guys, my people. Then, my guys, my people, in the same year of 2018, knocked out Chisora brutally, my guys, my people, in their rematch. And went forward in 2021 to avenge to avenge a prior loss to Povetkin, and he did so via a brutal 4th round KO. So this guy has been around the block. He has been around the block. Experience. He does have a lot of scalps, trophies in terms of heads that you could say that's a good win, that's a good win, that's a good win, that's a good fight, that's a good fight. He's done it. He's done it in terms, if you're looking at it in that way, you know. However, he is on the slippage. Yeah, you take a look at Dillian Whyte's last fight. That was 8 months ago, December, right? He beat Tete and retired him in the 7th or the 8th round in his corner, but wasn't a great performance, just to say the least. Dillian Whyte, 37 years old, not in his prime anymore, and he looked every bit his age in that fight, my guys, my people, just to say the absolute least. The fact that Tete in his next fight was taken out in just 1 round by Frazier Clark, who is a domestic level fighter. Yeah, and previously taken out in 1 round by Daniel Dubois as well, my guys. So all of that coming together just marked Dillian Whyte as a sure deteriorating fighter right now in his career. Albeit though, he's still a name. He is still a name, my guys, my people. Top 5 or 6 amongst the heavyweights. Top 5 or 6, right? But that would do. That would do, even though he's not ranked. I don't think even in the top 15. Yeah, but that would do. He is a stepping stone. This is nothing but brilliant matchmaking, my guys, my people. Queensbury Promotion, they are looking at Dillian Whyte as an easy pathway, a stepping stone, a gatekeeper for Moses Itauma to enter into the realms of the champions, the future Hall of Famers. I'm talking about Alexander Usyk, the current undisputed champion, and Joseph Parker, the interim WBO champion. Should he be elevated to full championship, my guys, my people. So basically, an easy gateway to stardom. That's what they're looking to make Moses Itauma, right? So easy gateway to stardom. Yeah, they're looking at Whyte as just a stepping stone, my guys, my people. So big things from here going forward for Itauma. They are hoping, and they're looking at this as a sure win, 100%. It's not a lose-lose situation for Dillian Whyte, and I don't think it's all about the money for him why he took this fight, because look at all the praise and glory and the media following of Moses Itauma right now, my guys, my people. How we highly speak of him as the future king of the division, right? And he is #1 under the WBO. We have to factor that in. Despite he is only 20 years old, not much experience, not even close to a Dillian Whyte, right? In experience, you know. But he's still ranked #1 in the WBO. So this holds possible championship contentions for Dillian Whyte if he manages to do the almost impossible and defeats Moses Itauma, my guys, my people. Yeah, he can still land those fights with AJ, Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, even Usyk, if he manages to beat Moses Itauma. But the pressure is not on Dillian Whyte to do this. The pressure is not on him. Everybody expects Moses Itauma to stop Dillian Whyte and make it look easy. That is the wider consensus, right? So the pressure is not on Dillian Whyte. In fact, he doesn't even have to win to land those names: Joshua, Chisora. maybe even Parker, right? But so he doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to win. He can still land those fights. He just has to put up a good a good fight. If he lost 12 rounds, okay, he lost 12 rounds. He lost. He still upholds his name because he's expected to lose anyway. If he passes 7 rounds, that is still a moral victory in my eyes, my guys, my people. So yeah, he's not expected to do too much in order to hold on to his status in the division. But he's got way more to gain. He's got way more to gain, and he couldn't have taken this fight at a better time, I reckon. You know, but he's been written off. He is being written off. All the predictions that he will lose, including from this channel as well, although I've always maintained that it would not be an easy pathway for Moses Itauma. However, I've noticed a few things. Well, anyway, before we get into that, Dylan Whyte is absolutely pissed that everybody is counting him out. And if you look at the shape, he is in absolute fighting condition, and he's looking very dogged. Very dogged. You know what I mean? Like, if he can bring out the Dylan Whyte of Chisora, or the Dylan Whyte of Povetkin, you know what I mean? Then, boy, we might have a fight on our hands, my guys, my people. We might have a fight on our hands. But at the same time, I have to factor in his age. So all of that fitness, you know, translate in the ring, you know, his physique, how he's looking right now, would that translate in the ring, my guys, my people? He is 37 years old. That can't be forgotten. And he has been out of the ring longer. Itauma only fought in May against Balogun. You know, what else? He's slow-footed. And that's the major difference between the two fighters. His major weakness is Itauma's major strengths. You know, so the speed, I think that will play a huge difference. Itauma, though, can't afford to get into a slugfest and make it a war with Dylian, because that is where he thrives. He's a real dog, and that is why his first fight with Derek Chisora was so exciting. You know, they made it an absolute war fest between two dogs. You know, Itauma, if he can avoid that, which he can, would do that and could make it an easy win, I reckon. The way I'm seeing it, there might be some questions to answer about Itauma's chin, having been that he's never been hit before, but there's questions to answer about Dylan Whyte's chin as well, because he has shown vulnerabilities. He has been knocked out several times now, 3 times now. So yeah, he can be knocked out, even though he's very durable and a dog, my guys, my people, and a good tank. He has a good engine, my guys, my people. So those things have not been answered about Itauma yet, the engine. But he's younger. He is the younger man by 17 years. So that could help him along the way too. But the speed, you can't get away with the speed. And he's got 1 punch KO power as well. Yeah, I think he wins. He boxes, stays out of a war, mix it and become like a boxer puncher in there, and he wins. I think he stops Dylan Whyte in 6, my guys, my people. That is my final prediction on that one, my guys, my people. That having been said, let's move on to a fight in the undercard. Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman, my guys, my people, an Aussie fighter, um, was mandatory to Naya in a way, via the WBO and the IBF, right? That was in the super bantamweight division. So he is now, um, more or less tossing his mandatory positions to the side and moving up north one division to fight Ball for his WBA strap, right, in the featherweight division. Um, I think this fight has a lot of mystery to it because I don't know much about Goodman for one. In fact, I know nothing about Goodman, my guys, my people. What I do know about Nick Bull though is that he's a very relentless fighter. He more or less only knows how to fight one way, and that's to just come to get you. An absolute wrecking ball. He lives up to his alias, you know. So yeah, he's an absolute wrecking ball, my guys, my people. Goodman though, from what I've seen about him, he likes to come forward. He's got great output, but he's very measured, very measured. Got sort of in quite an awkward way a good judgment and control of distance as well. You know, he will have the height advantage. 6 foot, I mean, sorry, 5 foot 6.5, I believe, to Ball's 5 feet, 5 foot 2. So we're talking about 4 inches, 4.5 inches height difference. And the reach for Goodman is 66.5, I believe. So there is quite some distance there for Bull to cover, you know, regardless how relentless he is. And Goodman here, who has showcased to me that he can fight in a variety of ways, my guys, my people. He could catch Bull coming in. He could catch Bull coming in. They do have a common opponent in TJ Dahoney. Goodman fought him in 2023. Ball, that was his last fight against TJ Dahoney, right? That was in March. Was that in March? I believe it was in March, my guys, my people. And stopped Dahoney in the 10th. He tried to box a little bit in that fight, but it wasn't suiting him. He just had to just revert back to his old style of being a wrecking ball, my guys, and finally got the job done. But when you know, Goodman fought Dahoney, although it was a fight that lasted a complete, I believe, 12 rounds. Goodman winning via unanimous decision, maybe 10 rounds, right? But yeah, he showed great skill in that fight. Showed great skill. He's not all the way an all-rounded fighter, but you don't have to be an all-rounded fighter to be Ball, I don't think. And the height difference, the reach, boy, Ball, he's got a lot of work to do here, I reckon. I hope he wins. As a British fighter, you know, I hope he wins and retains the title. Keeps the hope alive of him possibly fighting Naya in a way, somewhere along the line. Hopefully after Nakatani fights in a way. But yeah. I don't know, you know. I got a feeling Sam Goodman outboxes him. I don't know why. See, the thing with Ball here, yeah, you need to have a good tank. You need to have a good tank, which I feel Goodman has. Like, he can go the distance, you know. His record says it. He doesn't have that many knockouts. He's gone the distance many times. Boy, this one is a hard one for me to pick, you know, especially as I'm just going off of short YouTube clips of Goodman. Do you know, yeah, I think Goodman may cause the upset, yeah, but they're not gonna give it to him. They'll give it to Ball, right? Ball might win by a majority or split decision or something like that. That is what I believe, because Goodman, he looks stronger than people might think of him to be. I believe he's stronger than what he looks. I should say. Yeah, yeah. I think Bull retains the title, but controversially, my guys, my people, and that is my last prediction on that one. As for Ford versus Abraham Nova, man. Ray Ford, my guys, my people. Well, this will be his, I believe, third fight in the super featherweight division, right? Super featherweight division. After he lost his WBA strap to Nick Ball, my guys, my people. So, yeah, another one to put in the bag and keep his title hopes in a new division alive, my guys, my people, his championship ambitions. For Nova, if he wins, whew, this would be great for his career, my guys. But I don't think he's just got it to beat Ford. I don't think he's got it. Nova versus Oshaki Foster. Not bad performance from Nova. Ultimately, in the end, though, Foster got the best of him. Right, but Ford for me is just I won't say several levels, but a definitively for me a better fighter than Foster, and he will score Nova, boy, and make it an easy fight. Make it an easy fight. Ford not known for power, but I won't be surprised if he knocked out Nova. I won't be surprised. I think Ford gets it, boy, via a wide unanimous decision on this one, my guys, my people. On to the last fight I want to talk about on this card. Filip Hrgovic versus David Adeleye, my guys, my people. Now, this one was a total surprise. Nobody saw this coming from left field, my guys, but here we are. But I could say very much so for some of the matchups on this card as well. Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. That for me was unexpected, totally unexpected. Why is he fighting Sam Goodman coming up a division? Wouldn't he? I thought, and I would have preferred that they would have wanted Nick Ball to unify with one of the champions in his division. So beats me why they made that matchup. We've also got Ray Ford versus Nova. Now, I wouldn't have expected that until Kakashi didn't make it to fight Ford, pulling out of that possibility to fight Ford, So, yeah, it's been somewhat of a weird card they've made here, but I like the card. I do like the card, my guys, my people. David Adeleye versus Hrgovic, though, my guys, my people. Adeleye going into this fight after abruptly pulling out of his British heavyweight fight against Jamie TKV. It was supposed to be a rematch after the first ended in a controversial win for Adeleye, who knocked out TKV while in the clinch, my guys, my people. So not allowed. There was a whole controversy about that, my guys, my people, and yeah. So yeah, the rematch was ordered, but this came along and he took it. I don't blame him. He was not looking great in that TKV fight. His jab wasn't working for him. Looked like he was rather obsessed with his power and was looking to land that power shot. TKV proved himself to be a little bit more elusive and wary than Solomon Dakers, who didn't see that coming when he got knocked out in the first round by Adeleye in his previous fight before the TKV fight, my guys, my people. Yeah, and TKV didn't make it comfortable in the either. A lot of holding, grappling. His jab was working much better than Adeleye, so he was landing more and winning. Like I said, Adeleye just looked like he was sitting back, hoping to land that major power shot, and he can't afford to do that with Hrgovic. He has to have his jab working. You need a jab to beat Hrgovic. Put it that way. You need to have your jab. Adeleye is fast, athletic, got power. You can make that jaw better to work together, my guys. So you can put those things to work together better if he has a jab. And he does have a great jab, he just doesn't use it. So if you can use a jab and string up his athleticism, string up combinations where he can make that power come into play with his speed, then he has a chance. He does have a chance. And he has to make it a very rough fight. He's got the ability to. He's a come forward fighter, so is Hrgovic. But he has to make it a very rough fight. Do something similar that Daniel Dubois did, you know, because Hrgovic, he does not like those sort of grueling situations. He just doesn't fancy it at all, and his gas tank is questionable. His gas tank is questionable. He was huffing. Was it huffing and puffing? No, but he was definitely puffing by the 4th round in the Daniel Dubois fight, my guys, my people. So there's a chink in Hrgovic's armor there that Team Adeleye can exploit. But other than that, I don't know. It seems a bit like an overmatch. Adeleye never fought past domestic level. His best opponent has been Woodley, and he lost, got knocked out in the 7th round. This is a harder matchup for Adeleye than Hooney was for Woodley, because at least Hooney and Woodley were like pro experience wise, relatively on the same level. Whereas Adeleye is never fought anything near a level of a Hrgovic. Too much experience, boy. And skill wise, Hrgovic is a good fighter, boy. He's a good fighter. I don't expect him to come in the way he came in with against Joe Joyce. You know, Joe Joyce gave it a good go with Hrgovic. Possibly that's why, and Joe Joyce is a fading fighter, so that's possibly why they see their chance. Maybe they feel they can win. But I don't know. We shall see what Adeleye is made of, boy. We shall see what he's made of, boy, with this one. You see, world level material. The question will be answered, my guys, my people. But yeah, he beats Hrgovic, and he's right there. He's right up there. I'm saying up there. Don't know where exactly. Where's Hrgovic ranked? But he'll be up there in close to title contention anyway. So, boy, yeah, hope he wins, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. He just doesn't have much of an output, unless he can change things to trouble Hrgovic. And Hrgovic has got a great chin as well. Great chin, my guys, my people. So yeah, I think Hrgovic beats him and takes him out in 6 rounds. 6 rounds or less. He takes out Adeleye. And that's my final prediction, my guys, my people. With that said, that's all I have for you on this one, my guys, my people. Before you leave, do like, do share, do subscribe. Of course, drop your comments below. And as always, stay super blessed, my guys, my people. Thanks for watching, my guys, my people. Bless.